Hey everybody, this is Keddy the Kedman Blumenthal.
And my name's Jeffy Reed.
And you're watching Unity Gain. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're glad you're here on the Unity Gain Show, and we've got a pretty special episode tonight. It's pretty sentimental to us, and I'm going to let Jeff explain to you why.
If I haven't talked about it before, my son, Josh, is also a recording artist. And last month or so, I think it was last month,
I think so.
He released a brand new song called Dreams. And everybody's making a big deal about it because it's pretty awesome. So we said, hey, how would you like us to do an episode of Unity Gain about this song? And he thought it was a pretty cool idea. So we asked him to shoot a video of himself telling us what the song's about so that we could use it for the story part of the episode. And then he sent us the tracks so that we could later go down in the studio and review it and why it's cool.
So I've been able to watch him and track him throughout his life. He's what, 24 now?
Yeah, 24.
And he's such a talented, he's got a lot of music in his head, and it's just so neat to watch him come up with something cool.
So here's the video that he sent us to tell you about the song.
Hello everyone, I'm Josh Reed. I'm the lead musician of the band Sharktooth Necklace. My dad and Keddy are always talking about influences, and I just want to, point out that these two guys on the couch are my influences. Keddy, when I was very young, teaching me how to play the drums, always letting me play his drums during facing the crowd practices, and when I finally decided to play guitar, my dad was there. He was very excited, and he showed me all his tips and tricks about how to play the guitar and how to play music, and all the good music he's shown me throughout the years. I'm very thankful for these guys, and so thank you. So so this song, Dreams, it's mostly about, new beginnings and, reaching your dreams and your aspirations. I moved up here to Portland, and there was a big change in my life, and I wrote the song right after I moved, and so you're mostly following kind of my story, kind of my thoughts on, how something that I always wished for or kind of hoped for and dreamt of finally came true. And so I think this song is, talking about how if your dreams became your eyes and you could just see everything that you ever hoped for coming true. And I'd say it's a song about, not listening to the naysayers who say you can't do things because of you're too old, you're too young, and just to never listen to them and just keep running towards your goals and keep running to the finish line. So I'm very excited to see why my dad and Keddy think this is cool. So I appreciate their review, and thank you guys.
So, what a cool kid you have, Jeff. He is his father's son, as they say. It reminds me of how my dad does what he does, and then I ended up doing the same similar things, writing music and singing and playing and stuff. And I see that in Josh, and that's such a cool thing. And it's just neat to watch him grow and get better at what he does. And this song is just gorgeous.
Yeah, I remember when he was very young that he was really interested in music, and like you say, he came by it naturally because
he did. I
mean, that's all we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the priorities in my life was like God, family, and music.
Right.
And sometimes music and family was
neck and neck.
Neck and neck. Yeah, because I always figured that we were kind of a family, in the band.
Right.
But Josh was right there, and he was always watching and just completely, totally interested in it. From
Every aspect of it.
Yeah, from a very young age.
Yeah.
And it sure made it easy for birthdays and Christmases and stuff because you knew exactly what he wanted.
I remember at I remember this so vividly. At our practices, he mentioned how he would, I would let him play my drums when we were at practice. And I remember one practice, we were all set up, and I had to go down and get the coffee. And while I'm downstairs, I hear you start playing Hume Illusion, and I hear these drums. And and it sounds like me playing the drums. It's note for note my drum parts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I put the coffee pot down and I ran up to the top of the stairs and peeked over the edge to see what was going on. And here's this 8-year-old kid sitting on my drums playing note for note the drum licks that I play to the song. And you guys played the whole song. And you would have thought I was playing the song. He was 8.
Yeah.
He was the easiest kid to teach stuff to because he was so natural at it.
Yep.
And then I remember I gave him a set of drumsticks. And the following week, Rhonda was at practice and she goes, "Thanks a lot for giving my son those drumsticks. All the plant leaves in my house are dead now."
That's pretty good. Yeah. I remember one thing that happened, and it just blew me away. Now, I always worked graveyard shift because Josh also played sports and stuff, and it was just easier for the kids because Rhonda worked and I worked. So I just worked graveyard. I worked graveyard for many years, all the way through Josh's high school or schooling years.
Right.
Anyway, one night I was heading out to go to work. I went to work about like 11:30 or so at night. I was heading out and I stopped in at Josh's room to give him a hug. So I'm going to work and he says, "All right." And he said, "Hey Dad, can I borrow one of your guitars?"
Had he ever asked us before?
No.
Okay.
And so it was out of the blue. "Hey Dad, can I borrow one of your guitars?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. You know where they're at. Let's go grab one." And gave him a hug, went to work, worked all night, 8 hours. Came home. I got off work about 7:30 in the morning. I got home about 8 o'clock. The kid's still up. He goes, "Hey Dad, come check this out." I go in there. He plays me an entire song.
And he had never played guitar before?
No, he'd never played guitar before. He never even picked
my
one
goodness.
up. I was like, what? I remember it took me a month to go from the D chord to a G chord. And I had to like, and here he was just playing a song. And I said, "How'd you do that?" And he goes, "YouTube." But
Of course, which we didn't have when we grew up.
we didn't have that, but still the dexterity to play a song.
Yeah.
I mean, it just came natural to him.
Yeah.
And so it's awesome now to hear him talk about his song and say things that are very mature and very level-headed and very adult.
Yeah.
And as far as being a songwriter and a musician, I think he's surpassed my abilities.
Yeah.
And I'm just super proud of him.
So we're going to run down to Gideon Productions now, and we're going to break this song down track by track in a segment we like to call, and are proud to call, Why It's Cool.
All right, let's get into it. Nice.
Cool groove.
Some bass.
Now he's playing this live on an electronic drum set.
Right.
Okay, it's not a drum machine.
Oh man, it sounds so good.
Okay, everybody, pay attention to his falsetto. That is Brian Wilson, if I've ever heard it.
Very awesome. Now, I don't know what any of these instruments are, so we'll just have to solo and guess.
Oh, he does. Oh, he's got an oboe in there.
I did that
Oh, bow.
because I think it sounds like an oboe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's start there.
Yeah, it's just a plucked synth sound. Okay. Boy, you know it's cool. That's that whole classic thing we talk about. You don't hear it up front, but it fills in the pad.
Yeah. Try this one.
More synth. Okay. Nice synth pad.
Of course, here's the electronic drums.
I love that bass drum. That's an 808 bass drum if I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool guitar tone. What kind of a guitar does he have?
He's probably playing his Jaguar.
Okay.
He's got a Squire Jag
Cool.
that he really loves. That's probably it.
This reminds me so much of a song from the 80s that I cannot put my finger on. Like, not the song, but the band.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mentioned Flock of Seagulls upstairs. So.
Yeah, it might be that I'm thinking of. When he goes low in his regular voice, it almost has a David Bowie sound to it.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Maybe that's what I'm hearing. David Bowie crossed with a Flock of Seagulls and a little Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
To a side might be unforgiven if you lost it.
Now that's doubled,
Yeah, he doubled his vocal.
but he sang it twice. He didn't
Yeah.
copy it.
If our dreams became
I feel like I'm watching Mercy.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, you are so good at the falsetto.
He's got this bass over here. Let's listen to that.
And that's his Fender Jazz,
Yep.
the one that you lost.
Yeah.
Had to buy your own. Nice. And this is his outro, it sounds like.
It's like some electronic background vocals or something. There they are.
Oh, cool. A very synthesized vocal sound.
What a cool melody right there.
Yeah. That's really neat. What a great outro. It just carries that melody. What's the funky O? Did we already play that one? No. That's an Oberheim. Oh, very good.
That was amazing. What's this here?
It says Tom Tom. He's got a rhythm to on that higher note. He's playing a rhythm with it. The rhythm supports the other one. That's 2 tracks. The rhythm supports the other track.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's ingenious.
Let's just start right here. That's amazing.
That is really good. so creative. Oh, this is just so cool. They're not exact, but that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
For anyone that's listening, they're not exact, but that's good, because if they were the exact thing, you'd either have a phasing issue or one of them would disappear.
Right.
And so when they're not exact, that's why you don't duplicate when you double. That's why you record it twice, because you get a different texture.
Yeah, and the imperfection adds to the stereo field too.
Yes. Oh.
Well, that is just an incredible
Josh,
song.
I am so blown away by this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really good.
That is why it's very, very cool.
I must agree. Good job, my friend. That is just great. All right, back to the studio.
That is an amazing song.
It really is.
I love the, what is it? The kind of 80s nostalgic sound of the new wave type
Big time.
sound, and then coupled with that Brian Wilson type falsetto.
Oh my gosh. His falsetto is so unique.
Yeah.
And it totally sounds like something you would hear on a Brian Wilson song.
Yeah, it does. You know, whenever I sing falsetto, it's like, sounds like Miss Piggy, you know? So I always bury it way in the background, if I sing with harmony or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, Josh's falsetto sounds great.
It's really good.
It's right out front and it sounds nice.
Yeah. And he just recently got a synthesizer, didn't he?
He's had this little synthesizer for quite a while, but yeah, I think he's got a new one.
Yeah, and it's very evident, and I think that's a big part of the sound we're hearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And the keyboard sounds that he came up with, and all the little, in between the chord changes, he does these little notes, and they're just going in and out, and it's like, it kind of sounds like the Flock of Seagulls.
Very new
to me.
wave.
Yeah, very new wave sounding.
Now, to recap, in case we haven't yet already, he does everything by himself.
Yeah, yep.
So, but he used to have other band members.
Yeah, he used to play he used to have a 3-piece band with his friend Matt and his other friend Sheldon.
Was it still called Shark Tooth
It was
Necklace?
Shark Tooth Necklace. And man, those guys, they used to practice all the time, and but you know what happens,
You grow up, you move on.
Yeah, everybody grew up and moved on with their lives, and Josh was the only one out of the group that kind of stuck with it. But him and Sheldon do get together every now and then in the studio and have a little jam.
I've heard a lot of Josh's music over the years, and it's continually gotten better and better and better. And the song that he did, I think it was the one before this one,
Yeah.
that I hope we get to do an episode on that one
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Because that is such a cool song. This one, I'm not taking away from Dreams, it's a great song. On this other song that he's got, his changes, his hooks, his punch figures at certain parts, it is off the charts and it is spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's a different style of song, which is fine. Both of them, great songs. Mm-hmm. So you have to get on him to send you a story about the other song.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah,
do another
definitely do
episode
that.
on that one too. So if you're watching this right now, that means that Josh's song Dreams by Shark Tooth Necklace is available on all streaming media. You can go check it out, you can download it, you can stream it, and enjoy it. He's got some great stuff, you guys. You really should check it out. So be sure to click that like button, that'll really help us out. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. When you ring that bell, you'll be notified of any other videos that we upload, and that way you can enjoy them just as much as we enjoy making them.
And make sure to leave a comment too, because when you leave a comment, you get automatically entered into a little contest where you can win some cool Unity Game gear. But also, we just like reading your guys' comments, so please leave a comment. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and
don't forget to push record.
Walk outside. cities waiting for you. You're too old, too young, too pretty, to come true.
More so to Jeff than it is to me, but it's not a good introduction. So hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. And so we're gonna go down to video land downstairs where you play pinball machines. So we're gonna go down to Gideon Productions. So we're gonna shoot down to video.
We're gonna shoot. You know, whenever I sing whenever I sing falsetto,
You know I'm gonna annihilate you in the bloopers on that.